welcome back to the Bat server, episode number 2. This episode, just gonna kinda hang out a little bit. I wanna show you some progress I've made on my witch farm. But first, I'm heading over here to a skeleton farm I made I don't know if you can hear that truck, sorry about that. A skeleton farm I made pretty early on the server. It's where I get most of my experience. Right down here. It's actually sort of a similar theme to the potion shop I made, just because it has the stone brick and I think it's just blue stained glass. But it's not quite standard. The skeletons don't just fall and then you hit them. They actually, see, they get collected there. They go up this little staircase, and then they come down here. Perfect timing. And they fall right there. And then once you get enough in there, you hold that so piston extends to not let any more through. Click that. Just lava dispenses for a tick, and they'll get down to half a heart, so they're all just one punch kill. But actually why I'm here is I need a whole bunch of... I'll take arrows. For the witch farm design I'm using one that JL designed, and he uses a cool type of clock, which is actually a comparator. Let's see if I can remember. It's like a comparator coming out of the back of a furnace. I don't know how to explain it, but the furnaces need a whole bunch of items in them, so that's why I got a whole bunch of arrows. I figured it was the easiest item to use other than like cobblestone, which I really don't have a ton of, so yeah. I guess I'll go to my base real quick and I'll see you guys there. Just kidding. One more thing at spawn before I go there. I'm going to enchant level 30 on a book. Huh. Okay. Not the greatest enchant. This, by the way, is Fox's Dojo. It was originally just gonna be cooked chicken. Or like, you know, automated chicken farm, but he wanted to make it a little bigger, so put an enchantment table in, got some potion stands, or brewing stations, things. I don't know what this is gonna be. I thought it was supposed to be an automated, like, enchanting. Or not automated, but, you know, bookshelves come down, look at that, yep. Bookshelves come down, or retract to make it a higher or lower level enchant, but it's already got one over here, so I don't know what that's gonna be. But yeah, I just wanted to show you the enchantment. So now I will be right back at my base. Alright guys, so back at my base. As you can see, there's a bunch of redstone stuff. I've been working on the redstone for the witch farm. Not even close to done, but I did make some progress. So what I needed these arrows for, I started to do it over here, is actually just items in this furnace, because the way that this farm works, well, in case you didn't know, the way most witch farms work is that they slide the floor back and forth, and the witches, when they spawn, they'll activate tripwire, and then that'll make the floor shift, and it actually makes them glitch through, and it has to be a non-solid block. So you can say here it's redstone, here it's half slabs just because it's cheaper. And the clock that makes these pistons go back and forth whenever there's a mob in one of these rows is actually this right here. So this furnace, if I put items in here, see the comparator, since there's a solid block behind it between the furnace and it senses how many items are in this furnace. So there will be a piston that'll push a block down, like that. And you can see it creates a clock there. And the reason it does that is because this comparator powers this redstone here, so that goes to power the piston. And then it also powers this piston. And when this sand isn't here, the redstone comparator can no longer take power from it. It can no longer like sense how many items are in here. So it shuts off, piston comes back down, and it starts all over again. So next for this redstone, I actually need some sticky pistons, but I do not have the slime balls I need. And you'd think in a swamp biome I'd just be covered in slimes the whole night, but apparently not. This swamp just does not seem to want to spawn slimes. So I'm going to wait till it's night, hunt some slimes, hopefully get some slime balls, and I'll see you in just a sec. Awesome. So I think I got just enough sticky pistons. Tans was actually nice enough to give me some. So let's see, they need to go right here, facing down. Perfect. And then we need more for the rows in between these. So these are just the outer rows. We need more for the ones there. And I can break these blocks. There we go. And other side should be the same. I don't know. It seems like I'm not gonna have enough, and I need stone bricks too. Yeah, let's see. I think I have some in here. Let's see, 13, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I counted them out right, but I'm not sure. So, up here. Oh, break that. So, while I'm doing this, I'm gonna try to multitask and just talk a little bit about YouTube, because I think that... Oh, can I not break... What is wrong with this? Are you serious? Does not break blocks? Okay. I'm gonna try relogging real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, that was weird. I don't know what was going on there. But, like I said, I'm gonna try to talk a little bit about YouTube, because YouTube is really, really pretty cool. And for all the flack I think YouTube comments get, I think that they're a big part of why it's so popular. The fact that the people watching can just instantly comment and tell the producer what they think is just really cool. And, you know, likes play into that too, where the watcher can, you know, say that they like it, and that makes it more popular on YouTube, more people find it. It's pretty unique, because if you think about it, like, you watch a TV show, and really it's just the fact that you viewed it, like, that's how you support it. You can't say, oh, you know, I really like this episode, but not this episode, and here's what I think you can do better. But you can do that on YouTube, and I think that's just so unique and so cool. What do I need here? Let's see, I think I need... I think it's the same as this, but maybe forward a block? Yeah. So that's there. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's so unique in that aspect. And I think that's why it's become, partly why it's become so popular. Of course, the other thing is that anyone can upload to YouTube, which is just so cool. 'Cause, you know, it's like a way of self-expression, basically. Creativity. You have pretty much limitless possibilities of what you could upload. You know, vlogs, stuff like that. And there's really something on YouTube for pretty much anyone. So it's really, really cool, really diverse. And I think I need block. Oh, that's probably where the piston will go. Yeah. There, and then piston. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. Also, I want to talk about my sound settings. Were kind of messed up last episode. I guess either my microphone volume was too loud. It did sound kind of loud compared to did sound kind of loud on the Skype call, I noticed. But I put these pistons in the wrong place, didn't I? Yeah, they should be up one block. Okay. Very efficient way to place those blocks. Yeah, my microphone sounded kind of loud, but my game sounds also sounded really quiet, like you could barely hear them. So, I tried changing them a little bit. Hopefully that's better. Like, I can hear them just fine, but obviously it's different on YouTube, so yeah. So I'm gonna finish this, place all these pistons on both sides, and I'll come back in just a sec. Alright, I finished all that stuff up. Vines. Nope. It's basically the same, but forward and up a block. Furnaces here I still have to fill with items. But I'm gonna take a little break from that. Like I said, I think I said this, build a little netherwort farm. So, let's see. My plan for this sort of area is to have these blue pathways, and the idea is that it sort of looks like you're just walking over water. And then these just stand out as like where you can walk, so with the little barriers on the side. And I want to make a netherwort farm. Probably not going to be very big. Let's see if I can remember. I think the pathway goes 1 block wide, 2 block. Diagonal is always so tricky. Here, let me say. Yeah, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Okay. Let's see. 1, 2. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Oh. Just break it. Yeah, the idea is that you're going to be like walking across the water, and it's sort of going to be kind of freeform. A lot of my builds in the past have been not like on the server, but oh my goodness, can't place blocks. A lot of my builds, like just in Minecraft, are very rigid, you know, like very symmetrical. And while you can tell I did that still with the islands here, like the islands are symmetrical, but I don't want the whole like how the islands connect to be symmetrical. So like this, no, I'll go a little farther, but I was thinking about making it like the path on this side come out the exact same way, have an identical little thing, but yeah, I decided against it. I think Minecraft is a really cool way of self-expression. And I know I just said YouTube is like that, but it's really cool because it's creative, but it's in a sort of confined, maybe like restricted parameter. So I cannot draw for my life, but in Minecraft I can place a block, and it's not like the block is going to be off center a little bit and not look as good as someone who's, you know, better at Minecraft, or just like someone who could draw better. So it's really cool in that respect, where if you fool around with something enough, basically, you'll get it to the point where it looks good. And it's cool because you don't need talent, you just need the creative drive, I guess, to make stuff. So here I'm sort of trying to go off of what I normally do, which is just, you know, very symmetrical. I think it looks sort of, when I do just pure symmetrical, it gets kind of boring. And also I find, as a Minecraft player, I always try to plan out everything that I do, like, exactly. So uh, take the witch farm, for example. I'm really, really careful to, decide on uh, the exact design I want to make sure that I'm making a perimeter around here. Actually, what if I have, I made a map of this area. Yeah, I think. So this is a map of the area, and the perimeter I made, these little sort of brown just squares on the map, and I'm pointing with my finger, but obviously you can't see it. So like, if you just look at the little white arrow pointing off in that direction, you'll see this random sort of brown square just like halfway across the map, and there's one of those. They're centered on the witch farm or the witch hut, and it's I think 170 blocks in every direction, and that's what I'm going to make my perimeter for this area. You only need to make it 128 if you just want to stand in one spot and have no mobs around you, but I want to be able to move around the islands a little bit, and it's not going to give me a ton of space to do that, but it'll be enough, I think. But yeah, like I said, I always try to plan stuff out, and I find that I end up getting a lot less done, and I have a lot less fun doing it. Voice crack. And I think that if you just go and build stuff, and you sort of plan out ahead of time. Like I spent probably way too long deciding on a color scheme for this area, or like deciding what the path should be. But if you just like once you have that, you just build. I think that you'll end up having a lot more fun, or at least I end up having a lot more fun. Of course, you still want it to look good, so. And I'm not going to be able to make anything symmetrical on camera, so I'll have to cut here again. Alright, so I made sort of this, I don't know, oval egg type shape thing, and we'll see, it might not be big enough. I think I'll just do maybe 2 wide pathways. I want to do 3 when it like transitions, but that might take up too much space, so we'll just start with 2, like off each block in every direction. 2, 2, 2. And on the other farm, oh yeah, we'll have plenty of space, I think. On the other farm, you could see I did sort of a weird design with like, it was like a checkerboard pattern. Of course for the cactus you have to do that, but for the reeds it was just because I wanted it to look symmetrical. So much for everything I said about forgetting symmetry, but yeah, just because it's symmetrical on both sides. And I forget why. Oh yeah, because there has to be water next to the sand, that's why these are down 1. But yeah, I put blue glass there. I don't know if I'll be able to mimic that pattern here. I guess I could just do like a ring, because checkerboard wouldn't really make sense. What if I just did this? Is that gonna give me... that'll be enough space, I think. The reason I'm making a netherwort farm so early on is just because I should really be making a food farm, like potatoes or something. But that's just because I have the potion shop and it takes a lot of netherwort, so that's why I had this temporary farm here. Do I have a shovel on me? I do. I thought I had a bunch of soul sand. This might not be enough though. There we go. Perfect. So I guess I mean, it doesn't have to be a huge farm, but it has to be big enough to where I'm not like always needing to harvest it for netherwort because I'm out of it at my shop. So yeah, I'd say oh lag. I'd say that'll work. Yeah, sure, why not? So, I also wanted to mention this episode, my name, my username, Qeth. I actually originally made it sort of like as a psychological, not experiment, but like trick on people. Whenever you see a Q in a word, uh, you almost always think of a U being right after it, and I need more blue glass. You almost always think of a Q being right after it. So when people see Qeth, which is Qeth, they always think Qeth, Queth. But in reality, it's pronounced, a Q on its own is pronounced Qeth, just like a K. So, well, the Q is pronounced like a K, which makes the name Qeth. So that's why I did that. I think it's kind of funny whenever people see it. Oh, and I'm not going to have enough soul sand. I'll get more later. Whenever people see it, they either just say Qeth and just continue to spell it as it is, or they'll actually just add a U in there, which I think is kind of funny. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for this episode. I need to go to the nether, get some soul sand. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.